Welcome to Simply Explained English. I am Lisa.
And I'm Eric.
Okay, today we'll listen to a podcast about shadowing again. Many of you liked the last video about shadowing, so we decided to make one more.
We hope you like it too. Let's listen to it.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. I am Sam. I will be your host today. And our guest is Roza. You remember her from the video about shadowing.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be back.
Roza, do you remember our first shadowing podcast?
Of course, Sam. I hope our listeners loved it.
Yes. We received so many nice messages saying how helpful it was. So, we thought, why not make another one?
I am very glad to hear that your listeners liked that podcast. Shadowing is such a great technique to practice your English pronunciation and speaking flow.
Exactly. Remember, shadowing is simple. You listen to someone speaking English, and you try to repeat exactly what they say and how they say it, like you are their shadow. So, Roza, what do you have for today's video?
We have a wonderful story for you to practice with. It's about a student named Tiffany and her journey learning English. I will read the story. Please listen carefully. You can use this story for your shadowing practice later.
Okay, listeners, get ready. Roza, please start the story.
Okay, here is Tiffany's story. Tiffany is my best friend. We joined the same English class a year ago. On the very first day, I noticed her energy. Her energy was incredible. Bright smile, ready notebook, and contagious excitement. She told everyone she wanted to become fluent in English to travel, watch movies without subtitles, and make global friends from all over the world. I remember thinking, wow, this girl has so much determination. She's going to be great at this. Tiffany studied so hard. She stayed after class to ask questions, filled her notebook with lists of words and grammar rules, and even practiced speaking English to herself in the mirror. She once told me, "I don't care how silly I look. I want to be fluent when I speak." But after a few weeks, I noticed Tiffany wasn't as enthusiastic anymore, and she seemed quieter than usual, as if there were something wrong. One day after class, I waited for her outside and asked, "Tiffany, are you okay? You don't seem like yourself lately." She said, "I don't know what's wrong with me. I study so much, but when I try to speak, I forget everything. It's like my brain just stops working. I feel like I'll never get better." I told her, "Let's talk to the teacher. Maybe she can help." The teacher listened to us patiently and then said, "Tiffany, you're not failing. It means your brain is still processing what you're learning. Let's try a new approach together." The teacher asked, "What do you like to talk about? What do you enjoy doing, Tiffany?" She thought for a moment and answered, "I like cooking. It's what I do when I'm at home. I also like watching romantic comedies. They make me happy." The teacher smiled. "That's great. Learning English should be fun. Let's start with cooking and movies." Tiffany's first task was simple. Write down all the words she knows in English about cooking and romantic comedies. That evening, Tiffany sat at her table in the kitchen, looking around, thinking about the tools and ingredients she used. She also remembered the movies she liked. Slowly, she made a list. Recipe, oven, pasta, vegetables, funny, love, and more. When she showed her list to the teacher the next day, the teacher said, "This is a great start, Tiffany. Now, We will make sentences with these words. For example, instead of just writing oven, you can write, I bake bread in the oven. This will help you practice how to use the words. Tiffany liked the idea. That evening, she took her list and wrote sentences for each word. I cooked pasta with cheese. I like movies with subtitles. Each sentence made her feel more confident as she practiced. She was learning English by talking about things she loved. Cooking and movies made her happy. After a while, she said, "It feels strange to talk to myself." I smiled and said, "Pretend you're talking to me. We can practice together." After class, we practiced these dialogues. I asked Tiffany the questions, and she answered them. The more we practiced, the more confident Tiffany became. At first, she told me, "I'm going to memorize 50 new words every day. The more words I know, the faster I'll be fluent." I looked at her surprised. "Tiffany, that's a lot. Are you sure it won't be too much?" I asked. She laughed and said, "I have to try. I want to learn quickly." But after a week, Tiffany looked tired and frustrated. She told me, "I can't remember most of the words, and I feel like I'm not good at this." We shared her worries with our teacher. The teacher listened and then gave Tiffany some helpful advice. Fluency isn't about learning as many words as you can. It's about using the words you know. Start with 5 new words a day. Use them in sentences, say them out loud, and review them often. That will help you remember them. And the teacher added that, remember every day you will study 10 to 15 minutes. But Tiffany was so ambitious and worked 30 minutes instead. Tiffany decided to follow this advice. She chose 5 words each day instead of 50 and made simple sentences with them. For example, if she learned the word knife, she would say, "I cut vegetables with a knife." If she learned the word funny, she'd say, "What my brother said was so funny." She repeated the sentences several times. This new method worked. Little by little, Tiffany's vocabulary grew, and she became more comfortable speaking because she was studying every day for at least 30 minutes. She realized that consistent learning step by step was the key to her success. Tiffany also started watching English movies and TV shows. At first, she used subtitles. But after a few weeks, she challenged herself by turning off the subtitles. She focused on listening carefully, picking up words and phrases. She took her practice even further by recording herself speaking. She would describe her day, talk about her favorite foods, or explain the plot of a movie. Then she listened to the recordings to hear how she sounded. This helped her notice areas where she needed to improve, like pronunciation or sentence structure. One day, Tiffany shared a recording with me. I listened carefully to it and was amazed. "Tiffany, you sound so confident now. I am truly impressed." Tiffany smiled. "I still make mistakes, but I feel better when I hear how much I've improved," she said. Her daily speaking practice, combined with watching movies and recording herself, was making a big difference. Tiffany's promise to practice every day had become a habit. Little by little, she felt more natural and confident speaking English. It wasn't always easy, but her hard work was paying off, and she was proud of how far she had come. One of the most important things Tiffany learned was to celebrate her progress, no matter how small. I remember one day in class when she used the word ingredients correctly in a sentence. The teacher clapped and said, "Tiffany, that was perfect." Tiffany laughed and said, "It's just one word." The teacher replied, "Every word you learn is a step closer to fluency. Be proud of yourself." From that day on, Tiffany started celebrating every small victory. She realized that progress isn't always big and obvious. It's the little steps that add up. After months of hard work, Tiffany finally had her first real conversation in English. She went to a party where people were speaking English, and when someone asked her, "What's your favorite dish?" she took a deep breath and answered, "I love making pasta. I use tomatoes, garlic, and olive oil." When she told me about it later, her face lit up with pride. They understood me. I forgot a few words, but I didn't stop. I just kept talking. I hugged her and said, "Tiffany, you did it. This is what fluency is all about. Not being perfect, but being confident." Tiffany's journey taught me so much about patience, persistence, and the power of small steps. If you're learning a language, remember that it's okay to forget words and make mistakes. Just like Tiffany, you can overcome these challenges with practice and determination. So, what about you? Have you ever felt like Tiffany? Share your story in the comments below.
Thank you, Roza. That was a really nice story about Tiffany. Very motivating.
Yes, I think many learners can feel like Tiffany sometimes.
Absolutely. So, listeners, now it's your turn to practice shadowing. You can listen to the story again. Choose any sentence you like, pause the podcast after Roza says it, and then repeat the sentence aloud. Try to copy the sound and the rhythm.
That's right. You don't need to understand every single word. Just focus on listening and repeating.
Now, let's do a quick example for you. Roza will say 4 sentences from the story, and I will shadow her. Listen carefully. Ready, Roza?
Ready. Sentence number 1. Wow, this girl has so much determination. She's going to be great at this.
Wow, this girl has so much determination. She's going to be great at this.
Okay, sentence number 2. Tiffany, that's a lot. Are you sure it won't be too much?
Tiffany, that's a lot. Are you sure it won't be too much? How was it?
Good job, Sam. Sentence number 3. Tiffany, you sound so confident now. I am truly impressed.
Tiffany, you sound so confident now. I am truly impressed.
And the last one, sentence number 4. The teacher clapped and said, "Tiffany, that was perfect." Tiffany laughed and said, "It's just one word."
The teacher clapped and said, "Tiffany, that was perfect." Tiffany laughed and said, "It's just one word."
Great job, Sam. See, everyone? It's like that. Listen and repeat.
Yes, you can do this with the whole story, sentence by sentence, or just pick the sentences you find interesting. Practice for 10 or 15 minutes, like Tiffany's teacher suggested.
It's a fun way to improve your speaking without pressure.
That's all the time we have for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed this shadowing practice with Tiffany's story. Thank you, Roza. It was a really nice shadowing practice.
It was great to be here, Sam. Give shadowing a try.
Let us know in the comments if you liked this episode, and if you want more shadowing practice, maybe tell us which sentence from the story you practiced. Thanks for listening to Simply Explained English. Keep practicing, and see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Happy shadowing.
Wow, it was a fantastic podcast.
Yes, it was. And Roza told the story very well.
and Sam was very good at shadowing.
I hope our followers like the video and find it useful.
Okay, well, let's start our podcast. What are the words today, Eric?
The first word today is contagious. Then we will continue with persistence and to be enthusiastic. Then to combine. And the final one is pay off.
Okay, let's start with the first word.
The first word is contagious.
Contagious.
If an illness is contagious, it means it can spread easily from one person to another. For example, the flu is very contagious, especially in winter.
So, you should be careful if someone you know has the flu.
Definitely. Another example. My little brother has chickenpox, and it's contagious, so he can't go to school.
Ah, okay. So, it describes illnesses that pass easily between people.
Yes, simple as that. But here's something interesting. We can also use contagious for feelings or behaviors that spread easily.
Feelings? How can a feeling be contagious?
Think about laughter. If one person starts laughing really hard, sometimes other people start laughing too.
Oh, that's true. It happens all the time.
So you could say, his laughter is contagious.
Okay, so it's not just for being sick. It can be for good things too, like happiness or enthusiasm.
Yes. You could say, her enthusiasm for the project was contagious, and soon the whole team was excited.
Okay, sum up. It describes how easily something, an illness, a feeling, or even an action like yawning, can spread from person to person.
You've got it. Just remember it's an adjective describing something. A contagious smile, a contagious cold.
Okay, I got it. Shall we move on to the next word?
Let's do that. The next word is persistence.
Persistence. That sounds like it means to keep trying something.
You're exactly right, Lisa. Persistence is a noun that means the quality of continuing to do something or try to do something, even though it is difficult.
So, it means not giving up easily.
Precisely. Imagine you are learning to play the guitar. It's hard at first, your fingers hurt, but you keep practicing every day. That's persistence.
Ah, I see. Like, learning a new language requires persistence.
Perfect example. It takes time and effort, and you have to keep going even when it feels hard.
So, persistence is a good quality to have?
Definitely. Her persistence finally paid off, and she got the job she wanted.
That makes sense. You keep trying, and in the end, you achieve your goal. So, how do we use it in sentences? Can we use it with prepositions? Like with?
Yes, sometimes. You could say something like, with persistence, you can achieve almost anything. We also sometimes use in. Persistence in your studies is important. Or, he showed great persistence in finishing the race.
Okay, it's about continuing effort, especially when things are difficult.
You've got it. It's about not stopping when faced with challenges.
Shall we move on to the next word?
Let's do that. The next phrase is to be enthusiastic.
To be enthusiastic.
When you are enthusiastic, you feel or show a lot of excitement and interest in something.
So, if I really love chocolate, can I say I am enthusiastic about chocolate?
You definitely can. Or imagine your favorite band is coming to town. You could say, I'm really enthusiastic about the concert.
Ah, okay. It shows you have strong positive feelings and energy for something. So, how do we use it grammatically?
We use the preposition about after enthusiastic.
So, enthusiastic about something?
Yes. For example, he is enthusiastic about his holiday plans. Or, are you enthusiastic about the weekend?
What if we are enthusiastic about doing an action, like learning?
Great point. If you use a verb after about, you use the ing form.
Ah, okay. So, she is enthusiastic about learning English.
Perfect. Or, they are enthusiastic about starting the new project.
I understand that feeling. So, to be enthusiastic about something or doing something means you are really excited and interested in it.
You've got it completely. It shows a high level of interest and positive energy.
Okay, well, we've explained the word to be enthusiastic pretty well. Now let's move on to our next word.
The next word is combine.
Combine.
To combine means to put two or more different things together.
So, in cooking, you might combine flour, sugar, and eggs to make a cake.
Precisely. The recipe says to combine the wet and dry ingredients. And you can combine non-physical things too, like ideas or efforts.
How would that work?
Well, maybe two people have different ideas for a project. You could say, let's combine our ideas to make the project even better. Or, she manages to combine her job with her family life successfully.
So, she puts time and effort into both things together in her life.
You've got it. Now, let's look at the grammar. We often use and or with. You can say combine A and B.
Like, combine flour and sugar, or combine flour with sugar.
Yes, both have the same meaning.
Can you combine actions, like combine working and listening?
Yes, often using with and the ing form. For example, it's good to combine studying vocabulary with listening to conversations.
Or I combine listening and exercising.
Perfect. You got it.
Okay, well, now, let's move on to our last word.
The last word is payoff.
Pay off? Like when you finish paying money for something, like a loan?
That's one meaning, yes, like paying back money you owe. But today, we're looking at a different, very common meaning.
Oh? What does it mean then?
When we say something pays off, it means it is successful or brings a good result, usually after you've put in effort or waited for some time.
Ah, so it's like your hard work brings a reward?
Exactly. For example, I studied every night for the exam and it paid off. I got a great score.
So the studying was the effort, and the good score was the result that paid off.
Perfect. Or imagine someone works very hard for years to build their own business. You could say, his hard work finally paid off. His company is now very successful.
That makes sense. It connects effort to success. Like, taking that English course really paid off.
Perfect.
Okay, I see. So, grammatically, how does it work?
In this meaning, we often use the effort or the action as the subject, like hard work pays off or studying paid off.
So, it's not like I pay off the studying?
No, not in that way. It's more like the studying pays off, or simply being patient really paid off in the end.
So, patience paid off. Honesty pays off. Practice pays off.
That's the idea. It's a very positive and encouraging phrasal verb.
Got it. Okay, well, that's it for today's episode of Simply Explained English. We hope you found the words helpful and the explanations easy to understand.
Thanks for listening. Keep studying your English.
And stay tuned. Bye for now.